Christian, it's been a while now since Net Insight and Schedule joined together.
Yeah.
So tell me how that's working out and the advantages to the customers.
Well, let me explain a little bit on the reasoning behind it. We have been setting the standards for live transmission for quite some time with our Nimbra platform, and the interesting thing is that networking is becoming more and more a controlled resource within this media world, and the flexibility of networking is very important for the future, and the control of these networks is becoming, with all the SDN and the orchestration tendencies that we have. It was very important for us to move into that market as well in terms of controlling resources as transmission equipment. And what that brings us is basically a well-established tool that most broadcasters are used to, Schedule I'm talking, becoming a networking management tool as well. It means that people working within the media industry, planning for their workflows, planning for their productions, can actually integrate control of network within that planning. And it could be automatic provisioning while just selecting different nodes or places in the network, and you wouldn't even know that you're sitting in different places. So it's a perfect fit with cloud productions or distributed productions and things like that.
So this is actually a bigger step, because back in the old days, certainly we had to schedule satellite time and have all that up there and figure out how to route and switch to that.
Yeah.
But ultimately now with networking and cloud technology, it's great to be automated.
Because one thing is clear: all the resources within production needs to be utilized more efficiently. One can see that a few years back, you basically had gear fixed to studios, and when you had something to shoot there, you used equipment. In terms of control to make that production. When you didn't have anything in that studio, you didn't use the equipment. So basically 50% or more of the time, the equipment was not used. Now this equipment for production can be network connected, and you can basically connect it to any place. And I would say the first step of this is, when we talk about at-home production or remote production, as we say in Europe, that is just, basically getting the control centralized somewhere and having the scene what you're shooting somewhere else. But I think that eventually you will not only have that for events or occasional productions. It will actually be the normal way of producing in the future, where the cloud or resources within the network can be spread around. You can produce something in Atlanta that is shooting in New York, for instance, just because you have resources there or talents there, and this means that you will utilize all these resources for production more efficient.
So it takes backhaul to a totally new level.
Yes, and clearly, to be able to do that, the reliability of the network as a resource becomes absolutely key.
Yeah.
You need to, the directors that will do things on distance they cannot worry about the connections, because they will never accept to do that on distance. On the other hand, if they just know that everything is connected on time with the quality that you need, this will be prevailing, I'm sure, because the efficiency gains are so big.
Looks like the companies joining together works out really well.
And we're already, we have already solutions where customers are controlling network resources in service today. So for instance, the Switch here in the US they can let their end customers, meaning the broadcasters, they can actually get connections and order just by a point on a screen type of interface. And that's just the first step. Second step becomes when the broadcaster, in its workflow control and management of the projects, actually can see those resources as their own.
Okay.
So it's actually possible with schedule also to interconnect different schedule systems. So you can have one at the service provider side connecting to a broadcaster, and this is also already implemented for several services. So we are really taking those integration steps in terms of making it automatic, basically, the provisioning and management of the networks.
Highly complex but simple.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a great way
it's
to have it.
as simple as it can be, because you don't really know even that you are talking about transmission resources.
Yeah.
It just is there when you need it.
Yeah, well, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.